Okay, this is one of them shows that is going all kinds of weird places. Leah has confessed that she is a vegetarian. Ken has confessed that he's a contrarian. And I'm just a bystander.
I thought you were a pescatarian.
I am.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
Oh,
Yeah, now when are you ever a bystander?
So we are so grateful that we at the Decker team have had the opportunity to thrive alongside you. Not only buying and selling real estate for over 30 years, in addition to that, actually thriving in life, building wealth, getting our lives together, even relationally, doing a better job. And that's why we can have so much fun on the air now, because you're either going to like us or not. And it really is about being true.
Yep.
And including what we eat. How do you be true to what you eat and make sure what you eat actually helps your being and makes you the best version of yourself, even if it's a contrarian?
Now, what am I supposed to say to that? So I think part of the hiccup is sometimes we think that vegetables have a lot of poisons on them. I'm throwing a loop in here because, there's pesticides and what's the other thing they put on?
Herbicides.
Yeah. One kills other plants and one kills bugs and animals,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Yeah. And then we eat that stuff. And what's that do to us?
Well, unless you eat organic. So if you can choose organic fruits and vegetables, or better yet, grow your own, then you avoid getting the herbicides and the pesticides.
I think grow your own would be a wiser choice, because what I'm hearing is that there isn't the regulation on organic foods. And they say certified, but maybe they're not. And maybe there's a farm across the road that's spraying herbicides that are getting over onto the organic side, or there's different regulations on how far away an organic farm has to be from other chemical things. You
really never know what you're getting. So you're right. It's best to be able to grow your own food.
And do they, this is a good question, maybe you don't know it. In an organic farm, do they use manure as a fertilizer?
That's a good question. I don't have the answer. I don't know what they use in
That's
in
a good question. We'll have to talk to Dr. Google about that.
That's right.
Because it's interesting.
Or if you know the answer, why don't you tell us the answer?
Why don't you text Jetta?
Text Jetta, because she's not getting a word in edgewise on this show anyway. So I'd like to be talking to you. If you could text me right now, I would have the availability to connect with you, assuredly.
I just want to say, for the people who don't have the opportunity to be able to grow their own fruits and vegetables, and maybe organic fruits and vegetables tend to be a little more expensive.
A little.
A lot.
Okay, a lot more expensive.
A lot more
so
expensive.
not
Unless
everybody
maybe
can
you've got a
afford
good place to
that.
buy them. Where do you get affordable organic produce?
Well, the grocery stores typically now will have a good section, depending on which grocery store you go to, but a lot of them have fairly sizable sections of organic fruits and vegetables now.
I'm finding even Costco has more and more. Now, I know we want to stay away from the processed foods, but when I go for a processed food, like a chip, like not even a potato chip, but a oven-baked, pea-based cauliflower chip, because I like chips. Usually they're non-MGO, they might be organic sourced foods that the chip is made of. And I know processed is much worse than fresh, whole foods, but it's better than nothing, I think.
He whispered that, better than nothing. It's actually not better than nothing. It's actually hurting you.
Oh, come on. But I use that chip to take my organic hummus and use it as a vehicle to get it in my mouth. Does that count for something?
That counts for something, Ken.
It counts for something.
I do use vegetables sometimes to get the hummus into my mouth too. So yeah. So the question is, Costco's got more of that. Costco's got some, they'll have organic strawberries and regular strawberries, and I just look at it and I go, okay, well, $2 more, $3 more, it's worth it. And then the grandkids come and eat it, and I go, Well, I guess it's better for them too.
That's right. Better
guess
for
it
everybody.
is.
It's just a harder pill to swallow when they eat it and I don't.
What is that saying about you? Contrarian.
Yeah. It's good.
There are some fruits and vegetables where it makes a big difference to go organic, and others not so much. So,
I
and
heard
you
that
can-
about bananas.
Exactly.
And
Bananas is one of
avocados.
yes.
Thick skin stuff.
Right. Right.
That doesn't get in quite as easily.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Eating local is very important too. It takes a lot. Typically, when fruits and vegetables have to travel a long distance, I mean, obviously there's the environmental impact of that as well. But when they have to travel long distances, they have to pick them before they're even ripe. And then they have the time to get here, and you don't know how long they're sitting on the shelves in the grocery store. So if you have somebody local, if you can't grow it yourself and you know somebody who locally does and you can connect with them, that's great. There are delivery services in the area as well. People who have very large gardens who will deliver to your home on a weekly basis fresh organic vegetables.
Cool. And I've heard you should eat the rainbow, like Skittles.
Absolutely. Okay, not Skittles.
Oh, not Skittles? It's a rainbow?
But colorful foods. Absolutely. Eat as many colors as you can. Each color has different nutrients, different phytonutrients.
Colorful,
that do
fresh food.
Yes.
Ah.
Fresh.
Yes.
Is green colorful?
Skittles don't count.
Green is good, right?
Yeah, green's good.
Oh, absolutely. Red, orange, yellow, green, purple. Yeah.
Okay. So we eat things, Leah, that aren't always great for us. It's not the best
What do you
decision.
mean we?
We, as in generally, I'm including the royal we, saying I eat things that aren't necessarily the best for me. And there's a triad of reasons.
There is.
So why do I eat what I know I should not eat?
Number one, you eat for pleasure. So something that tastes good to you is something you're going to reach for. A lot of people do a lot of emotional eating as well. They connect certain foods to their childhood.
Certain memories.
I have comfort foods.
Yes. Right. So number one is pleasure. Number two is to avoid pain. So if there's a food that you really dislike, or some people don't like textures, right? There are certain textures of food that really
I did
turn
a
them
bad
off.
thing. I have a grandson. Didn't want to eat a certain food.
Uh-oh.
I worked on chili was the food.
Forced
Don't
him
like
to.
the texture. I did force him to. We all wore it.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, I've never done that again. I learned my lesson. It was quite a few years ago, but
He don't eat chili when he comes
he don't
over.
eat chili. I don't even offer it to him anymore.
Oh, boy.
It was not a nice thing to do.
So I'm
So,
gonna-
texture
so-
can do it, right?
It can.
So I'm going to avoid the pain of something I don't like, or maybe I even have somewhat of an allergic reaction to it, a sensitivity to that food,
Right.
so I'll avoid it.
Correct.
Pleasure, and what's the third?
The third is we want to do what's easiest. So
Fast food,
whatever
here we
is
come
the
when I'm
least
hungry.
amount of effort, right? So there have been so many times when my kids will come home and they're hungry. They open the fridge and say, "Mom, we don't have any food. We only have ingredients." Yes, a little bit of effort sometimes has to go into eating properly, unless you want to just grab a pepper and start munching on that or something like that.
I do
But-
that, as long as I got hummus.
well, that's true, yes. But oftentimes it takes a little bit of prep work. And if you've got, ready-made processed food sitting there that you can just grab and go, oftentimes that's what people will do. They'll go for the easiest.
So
So the
bottom
moral
line-
of this story, is
Go eat healthy.
go eat healthy.
Go eat healthy. Figure out what is healthy for you and for your body, and then simply make a choice. And then when you're stuck, call Ken, because he'll be your contrarian and help you along the journey. We're grateful to be your partners, because together we've got this.
Moving forward with the